I'm really stressed out, so why aren't I losing weight? How many of us have heard that classic claim that stress causes weight loss? I bet we all know someone who went through a really stressful time in their lives, unfortunately, but they seem to lose quite a bit of weight during that time. So, understandably, it leads many of us to be perhaps a little bit jealous, wondering that if I was just stressed out too, maybe I'd lose weight too. But would you? So, the answer is yes. Acute or short-term stress can decrease appetite and increase calories burned. It's that classic fight or flight response when you're encountered with an immediate physical threat. Your body releases adrenaline to mobilize energy stores in the form of glucose, so you can fight off this saber-toothed tiger or run away from it. Your brain isn't telling you, just sit back, relax, enjoy some food, and go to sleep. Your body is burning off these energy stores as you're running away or fighting this threat in order to keep you alive. And we know that short-term stress actually does improve thought processing, organ function, pain tolerance, and immune function. The problem is that when most of us are stressed, it's actually rarely because we're faced with an immediate physical threat. It's actually more often a long, drawn-out, like emotional and psychological source of stress. And this is very different than an acute physical threat. As opposed to the classic fight or flight response, in the chronic emotional stress situation, it's actually more often described as a submit and stay situation. So in this scenario, your body is subjected to chronic stress. It releases cortisol, which is a stress hormone that increases blood glucose levels. But since the glucose isn't being used up for fight or flight, the sugar doesn't get burned off. Instead, actually, cortisol does lead to muscle wasting and abdominal fat accumulation or adipose tissue accumulation. Meanwhile, chronic stress also signals the hypothalamus in the brain to increase food cravings, increase your blood pressure, reduce your pain tolerance, and interfere with immune function. Meanwhile, it disrupts regulation of the limbic system, which is that reward pathway system in the brain that we've talked about before. So you're hungrier, and in addition, your food choices are more influenced by emotion, fatigue, and reward-seeking behavior. Your brain is so stressed, it is not able to make healthy food choices, and instead it gravitates toward highly processed foods that give you that immediate gratification. In addition, mental stress can also impact your brain's priorities, so you place more value on pleasure-seeking activities such as, for example, binging Netflix when you really had a plan to eat healthy and exercise that day. And lastly, chronic stress can also cause sleep disruption, leading to further weight gain. And this is a topic we'll address in a separate video coming up on the interaction between sleep and weight. So why are we mentioning all of this today? Well, it's very common that I have patients sharing with me at a follow-up appointment that they've gained a bit of weight since we last met. And when we break down what's happened since our last chat, it's not uncommon to discover that they've actually been under considerable emotional stress. And I think many of us are in today's society. And the key is that understanding the havoc that wreaks on your metabolism can not only provide a biological explanation for your weight gain, but it also opens the door for self-compassion and reducing the guilt, shame, and blame cycle that can come with weight gain. So instead of throwing your hands up and saying, well, if I'm under stress, what's the point in even trying to manage my weight and stay healthy? Just remind yourself that we're all doing the best we can in a very stressful environment. And instead of beating yourself up, consider alternative management strategies like breathing exercises, meditation, going for a walk, and reaching out to friends and family when you're struggling. Your body will thank you for it.